Dear creative designers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Holiness Okoro, the creative mind behind Designs by Adira. On this channel, I teach you how to draw fashion figures from zero, improve your skills, and grow as a fashion creative. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe and let's get into it. Today, I'm going to show you how to draw a fashion figure step by step, especially if you're a beginner. And please, I need to say this, don't try to be perfect from the start. That's where most beginners get it wrong. Use references, like the one you see me holding here. I repeat, use references. Even professionals use references, so don't pressure yourself. Okay, so the tools that you're going to be needing for these tutorials is your ruler. This is optional, but as a beginner you need this. You need your pencil. Yes, this is a mechanical pencil. I know not many of you know what this pencil is used for, but I can tell you this is a very good pencil. Like, you need to invest as a beginner in your pencils. If you check my previous video, you will see where I spoke about the tools and the importance of every tools you need as a beginner. So the link will be in the description below this video. So this, you need your pencil. It can be your normal pencil, right? It can be, but make sure that wherever you're getting your pencils is not from a local store, but instead an art store or a supermarket. But I'll prefer you go to an art store where you know they sell art things. Now this pencil, you need it. This is a 0.5 millimeter pencil. I love this pencil because of the how tiny it is, right? I don't need to start. I'm very lazy to sharpen pencil, especially when my sharpener gets missing over and over again. So I love this pencil because I don't need to sharpen it. I just need to, mech. So that's what. Are you seeing how tiny it is? I don't know if you can see, if you see how tiny this is, right? So let's continue. You need your eraser. I thought I have my eraser here. Please don't laugh at me. My eraser is kind of funny. Yeah, you need your eraser. I believe that's basically it. So let's get right into this illustration and I'll show you what to do. Now, using your reference, this is your reference. Now we're going to use our reference to draw a standing croquet. And there are 4 steps I usually work with. Number 1 is, first of all, using your reference. Always work with your reference as a beginner. Not many designers will tell you this, but I tell you, I got to where I am now in fashion illustration because of my reference. I don't joke with it. Always work with your reference as a beginner. Number 2, understand your measurements. Like, when I mean like literally have the memory of your measurement, which I'm going to be showing you in this video. And then number 3, draw your lines. That's it. Your robotic croquet. After you understand your measurements, you use your measurements to get your robots, that's robot structure of your croquet. And then number 4, you add your flesh and you do your correction. Like I said, number 1, make sure you work with your reference. Number 2, understand your line, your measurements, every measurement you need to understand your croquet. Understand your measurements. Number 3, align your measurements to get your robot's figure first, your robot's outline. And then using your anatomy, add your flesh to your croquet so that it's not going to look robotic, like it's going to give this 3D effect, right? And then you do your correction. I believe that's 5, but they are my 4 rules. So I'm going to say it again. Make sure you have your reference. Use your reference to understand your measurement. Use your measurements to draw your robotic lines, right? And then using your robotic lines to add the flesh using an anatomy, and then you do your correction, if that's okay. Let's get right into it. So in this video, the first thing you're going to do is understanding your reference. Now, this is a standing reference, right? We're going to use this reference to get our measurement. Now, in fashion illustration, we usually use 2.8 or 3 centimeter if we want to draw a 9-head croquet or a 10-head croquet. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step guide of a 9-head croquet. So what we're going to do is first of all, we're going to draw our head, not the face, the head. This is the head. This is the starting point of the head. We're going to outline the head of this croquet. Sorry, we're not drawing the head first. The first thing we're going to draw is our balance line. Now, our balance line is usually the straight line you draw on your paper. Now, that balance line is a straight line that is connecting your torsos here, your crotch, and then finding the midpoint between your 2 legs, right? And the midpoint is what we're going to join together. We're going to align it with that of your torsos, right? And then we get our balance line. So now this balance line, it's actually also called our plumb line. And why it's called our plumb line is because if you are standing on your 2 foot like this, it's like your body from this side and this side are the weights on your body are separated into 2 equal parts, and it's not like one weight is on this other side and then this other side doesn't have weight. It's not going to be balanced, right? So your weight is equal on both sides. So we have to draw the balance line on both sides, the balance line, so it will to help us navigate and know the next thing to do. And then the next phase is to draw your head. Sorry, like I said, not the face, your head, the whole of your head, not the face. So you're going to draw your head, draw the head of this croquet, and then we're going to, you see that the shoulder, this is your shoulder, right? This is your shoulder. This is where your bust area. I'm going to just highlight this section of where your bust, your shoulder, your waist is. This is where your bust is. This is where your waist is. You draw a straight line. We're going to do the same thing on our paper. This is your crotch line. This is your knee. And this is your ankle line and your foot. Now, if you notice, where your waist is where your elbow is, right? And where your crotch is kind of where your wrist is. But the wrist is a bit upper. So our crotch, she's wearing a jean, a tight jean, so our crotch usually be here. So, and then we have to mark out every point, like every joint on this croquet, because we're going to mark the same thing. So we can say we're mapping out every shape of this croquet. And the first shape we are marking out is our bust. That's what, so you mark it out, which is the circle over here. And then our shoulder, right? So this kind of give me what I call the double-headed Mickey Mouse when I'm drawing my croquet. And then our rib cage is here, right? This is our rib cage. This is our waist, right? And this is our hip. So from our waist, we're going to connect, yes, because her hip is wider, so we're just following her hip measurement. Now, if she was a straight person, it's going to be like, you know, a normal box. But since her hip is wider, we just extend the line to the widest part of the hip. And then here, what we're going to do is draw a circle on the knee cap. The same thing here, draw a circle on the knee cap. Make sure the circle is touching this edge, right? Sorry. Do the same thing here. Let's do the same thing here. Do the same thing here. The same thing here. This is first of all we getting every point we need for our croquet. So with this, we can say we have our robotic. We've actually highlighted the main points we need for our croquet building. So can we now transfer this to our paper? The first thing we did from this is we drew our balance line. So now we're going to transfer that. Right? And then using the measurement, I'm going to use this instead of this, so 2.8 centimeters. So after drawing our balance line, we're now going to divide this into 9 different sections, starting from 0. So we're marking 2.8. This is why you need to do that. It's like, just mark it. So after doing that, you're going to number this section 1, starting from 0, 0 at the top of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is the second part, understanding your measurements. Now the first thing we're going to do is this is your number 1, this is your number 2, this is your number 3, this is your number 4, this is your number 5, this is your number 6, this is your number 7, this is your number 8, this is your number 9. I don't know if this is simple. Now this is your head, right? This is your bust. This is your waist. The main important, that crotch part, we'll get back to it. This is your ankle, and this is your foot. So in this measurement, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to extend this line. It's your head, right? So 1.5, no, this is 2.8, so you have to find the midpoint of 2.8. So I'm not going to be using ruler at this point. I'm going to be using my, this is your shoulder. So I'm going to be using a bolder pen. This is your head. This is your shoulder. This is your bust. This is your waist. All this that I am labeling, they are constant. This is your knee. This is your ankle. And this is your foot. So your crotch is usually around 4.25. So 4.25 is your crotch, right? So now we're going to the third stage, which is getting your robotic figure first. So I'm going to extend this line, the line of all the sections I just labeled. This is the shoulder. No, I'm not so extent. Like I said, only the part I labeled. So we're going to do the same thing what we did on the head, and that's what I like to draw an oval shape first, making sure that whatever measurement I'm taking here is the same measurement I'm taking here. So if the left side of my balance line is this big, then the right side of my balance line should be as big as this. Like I said, this is the balance line, right? As long as it's a standing figure, whatever is here is equal to the measurement here. Whatever flesh is here is equal amount of the flesh that is here. So we're going to do that. I'm now going to draw an oval shape. Don't mind if it is small. I know some of you will mind. Don't mind if it is small. We're going to come back to correct it, right? Draw an oval shape. We come down to the bust area. Remember, we drew 2 big circles on the bust area, so we're going to do the same thing, right? I called this double-headed Mickey Mouse because I use it to actually get my shoulder. Remember what we did here? And then this is the rib cage, right? This is our waist. This is our crotch line. Seeing that this figure hip is wide, we're just going to take, making sure whatever is here is there. You can use your ruler if you choose to. Right, I know so many of us use ruler, but if you look at this figure, it's like 2.5. So a hip is around 2.5. So this is almost 2.5. This is 2.5, sorry. And then the knee. Don't mind me, I'm used to this without using ruler. I'm used to just find the midpoint. Then for your ankle, the same thing. Ankle is you can use your ruler to do what I'm doing, but I prefer using my hand. I don't know why. I believe I'll be very fast, and I'll learn faster if I use my hand. So this is what we're going to do on your waist. Just spread it right. Then your ankle, that's your wrist, should always be on your crotch line. Now, this is how we've gotten our robots croaking. So this is how we got our robots croaking. And now what we're going to do is we're going to connect all this. First thing first, our shoulder. So this is the third step of getting our croaking. Now, are you seeing that we've gotten the robot? First step, I said, is using our reference, understanding our reference, and we use our reference to guide us on how to get this croaking, right? And if I'm going to get the hand, which is this hand, right? in fashion illustration, the hand is the size of your head. Yes, I know a lot of us in fashion illustration, once we finish drawing our croquis and then we not get to the hand, you will not see us doing something like this. Don't do this for me. If you're watching my videos, don't do this for me. Don't even try it. The hand is the size of your head, right? So whatever size of your head, if your head is 2.8, the hand is 2.8. So we're going to do the same thing. If it is 2.8, it's 2.8. So, starting from the wrist. Just watch what I do. Right? This is the next phase, which is the fourth stage, right? We're now going to use our anatomy to add flesh to our croquis. And I want you to follow. We're going to start. I'm going to do this from the head to the waist using the anatomy, right? And then onto the next one. Most beginners try to draw everything at once. But watch what I do in this video. Like I said, I'm going to start from the head to the waist, from the head to the waist, from the head one step at a time. Now, if you are learning fashion croquis, try not to draw everything at once. Try to understand your anatomy, master your anatomy, how the flesh is, how the muscles is, how the body is, how the pose is, using your body anatomy, so that your croquis will not be looking like this. I see many people draw this. This is not croquis. This is just a robotic figure because it's not looking real yet. So now we're going to use our anatomy to make this robotic figure look real. So I'm going to kind of erase this a bit so that it will just a bit. Right? So starting from the head, you see that the head is having kind of a structure here, right? So we're going to do the same thing here. The head is having kind of a structure. Remember, don't forget the rule. Whatever you do here, you do here. Did you just see that? Now, onto this, we're going to connect our neck with our shoulder. This is how it went from the neck, right? I'm doing the same thing here. Now, you see this curve here? That's what I'm doing. I'm actually doing I'm used to doing correction. The correction is the last thing, but don't mind me, I'm used to doing correction when I'm drawing. Especially when I notice that this is not giving me the same, what do they call it? It's not the same, right? This one is kind of better than this one. I'll do my correction as I'm drawing. Meanwhile, correction is supposed to be the last thing. So, are you seeing how it's looking? So now we're going to the bust area. This is a male anatomy. Let's work with this female anatomy. Alright, looking at the bust area. Are you seeing the bust area? Under the armhole, right? So we're going to do the same thing here. Make sure whatever you do here, you're doing here. I don't know, I can't count how many times I've said this in this video. And then you connect. Looking at this, sorry. Then you connect, looking at this. Right, so now have you seen how I used my anatomy to build this to this? So many of us don't use our anatomy, and that's why our croquis is looking like flat. Yes, it's looking flat. So try to use your anatomy when you're sketching. So now we're going to start building our croquis now from the waist to the foot, and we're going to use this to get there. So I'm going to erase this a little bit. Not all, but the line will still be visible, but just a little bit. Right? Then we're going to start. Now looking at our waist, are you seeing this curve? Right? We're going to do the same thing. Mind you, we're following this illustration. We're following this reference. It came out, right? Then it dipped in. The same thing. It came out, right? And then it dipped in. So we're going to do the same thing. It came out because this is the largest part of the hip, the crotch. And then it dipped in. Dipped in. It dipped in. It came out. And then it dipped in. Sorry. It dipped in. So here there's a tie gap, right? It went straight in, out, in. Came straight, dipped in, out, in. Same thing, the tie gap, right? It came out, in, came out, and then in. So we're going to do the same thing. Now I'm going to draw a circle here because of the tie gap. Then I'm going to use this circle too. It came out, in, and then in. Same thing here. It came out, in, using the line, don't forget. Then in, right? So now, are you seeing our croquis coming to life? My God, I'm loving this. So now we're going to do the same thing. Now, this is straight, it came out and in. Same thing, straight, came out and in. Looking at our reference, this is straight, it came out and in, right? This is straight, it came out and dipped in. So we're going to follow the same thing. This is straight, it came out and in. This is straight, it came out and in. So this is straight, it came out and in, right? Then for this, sorry about that, for this, I like using this cheat code, like following the bones, coming here, then using this, you know, but I just follow this. This came out and in. It came out and in. Same thing. It went in, came out, went in again. Went in, came out, went in again. So we're going to do the same thing. Came out, it went in again. Because this is, it went in, came out, yes, it went in, came out, and then in. Went in, came out, in, went in, came out, and in, right? So this is high ankle bone, this is lower ankle bone. Lower ankle bone is always on the inside, and then high ankle bone. So this is high ankle bone. We just don't listen to what I'm saying. I believe at this point I'm tired. So just follow the ankle bone movement and just draw your ankle bone. Same thing, draw your ankle bone. Draw your ankle bone. Are you seeing how our croquis it's looking? Now we're going to do the same thing with our hand, right? So I'm going to draw just one hand, and then that'll be the end of this video. So, in respect to that, we can see in our hand, it went in, came out, in. It came out, dipped in, came out. Not this one is a bit bigger than this, so it's not really obvious. This came out, right, and then went in. If you look at our reference, you see that it came out, dipped in, came out a bit, dipped in. It came out, dipped in, came out a bit. Like, it's not obvious, right? This is a musculine anatomy, that's why it's not really obvious. This is bigger than this, so it came out in, right? So we're going to do the same thing, right? It came out, dipped in, came out a bit, in. Then we're going to follow this. It came out, then it went straight. Now our armpit started from here, right? It came and then it went. If you notice, our same thing, it came, right? So we're going to do the same thing. And then follow our anatomy, bring out the hands, and then it went in. So just work with your anatomy. Don't joke with your anatomy when you're drawing your croquis. So I'm going to, don't joke with your anatomy when you're drawing your croquis. And if you see our fingernails, our hands, right, it's giving, Work with your anatomy. If you want to master it, work with your anatomy when drawing your croquis. Are you seeing our hands? Literally, are you seeing this baby? I'm actually giving you guys the best. This is like the best. So I've come to the end of this video. Like I've showed you from beginning to the ending how to draw a standard figure, and in our next video I'm going to be showing you how to draw a side croquis or a move croquis, depending on what you guys comment. This is very important. Stop trying to draw perfectly, okay, without reference. Stop it. Don't do that. That's what frustrates most beginners. I used to struggle with it too. Like I struggled. You see me drawing my croquis without reference, nothing to guide me and everything, until I understood the use of reference, and voila, this is me drawing a croquis now using my reference. And I said, let me share that with you guys now. But the moment I started using reference, everything changed. Like everything changed. So don't skip that process. It will save you. To save you time. To save you time and help you grow faster. So your figure might not look perfect. That's okay. What matters is consistency. I didn't get it at first to begin with, actually. But consistent practice. I'm not trying to get into the whole full croquis. I followed steps, right? And that's what got me to where I am now. So the more you practice, the better you become. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to learn more about fashion illustration, I offer classes. Just send me a DM or comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.